The day, another battle for the former royal known as Meghan Markle. That's right, it seems that a once close friend could possibly not be as close as she very first thought. As ever though, let me explain. Hi, good morning, nice to see you. Neil Sean here, hope you're all keeping well. And as ever, thank you for joining me on the channel. Yes, we just started and it started raining. Told you before, didn't I, exactly what it's like, you know. Doesn't matter what you do, wherever you go, rain follows you around. Thank you also for your very kind comments about some of our recent videos. I'm glad you enjoyed that look back to the very start of Marks and Spencer's. I know, a wood hut in Kirkgate Market in Leeds. Amazing to think how that turned into an international, global, iconic status, isn't it? But it really did all start there. And when you go there, you can see exactly how a place like that, given those times, of course, in the 1800s, a penny bazaar would have taken off. But back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. Now, if you cast your mind back a couple of years now, just over a couple of years, Meghan Markle famously, of course, did that interview with Oprah Winfrey, with Prince Harry at her side for some of the interview, not all of it. And if you recall, they couldn't quite decide on their narrative, their story. He said one thing, she said another, all rather confusing. But of course, big bucks to be made by the broadcaster Oprah Winfrey for her own production company. She sold it around the world via CBS, and ITV over here in the United Kingdom picked it up and bought it. Then of course there was a furore surrounding, well, the departure of the breakfast TV host on that channel of Good Morning Britain. He cited that he didn't believe anything Miss Markle was saying, and then of course he was asked to leave, politely removed or axed, whichever way you want to call it. He went on the phone call from Miss Markle allegedly to the CEO Caroline McCall. Now what's emerged is this. You can imagine if you're Meghan, you expect your loyalty, your undivided loyalty, your friends for life, that sort of thing, right? Now, as you also know, there's some brand new books come out over here in the United Kingdom and around the world. The latest being Courtiers by the Times writer Valentine Lowe. And what's really upset Miss Markle is this. He was invited on for a 13-minute interview to defend his book, talk about the bullying claims and everything else regarding that particular story. Now, according to a very good source, and as ever we have to say allegedly here, Meghan is unhappy, and we believe, as ever we have to say allegedly, that Meghan has put a call in back to the CEO, really pondering exactly why on earth this particular individual was invited on the breakfast show. As you can imagine, she expected undying support. What's really happening is this, and this is going to be very hard for Meghan and Harry to really get together around, you know, understand exactly. Really, 2 years ago you had a lot of power, people listened to you, you were breaking out, you were the day's fresh news. And you know, there's deals that followed, Spotify, Netflix, Penguin Random House, Better Up, you know, all of those sort of things just came offering you money. 2 years is a long time in showbiz. That's of course what Harry and Meghan are. And what people are trying to decide is, are they ratings value? Given the Spotify podcast, possibly not. And what's really gone on at the very much struggling ITV station and Good Morning Britain is they need eyeballs to screens and they need advertisers. Inviting somebody on with a controversial book, it does exactly that. They make a lot on social media, posts and in TikTok, you name it, they're making money. Harry and Meghan, well yes, of course people are sympathetic, including the bosses of ITV, but they're also protecting their jobs. And if they feel that in order to protect their jobs they have to invite on the enemy, as Meghan might see them, well then so be it. So it looks for now at least that Meghan really can't count on the support of the once esteemed ITV network for her continued support moving forward with her narrative, her vision, and more importantly, simply being Meghan Markle. As ever, when I find out more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.